So, Kathy, another lesson that you're about to share with me. This came recently. I was in your office and I saw this interesting sign. If you can see it, it says "Need, Think, Do."
Yeah.
And you shared an interesting learning that you're going through about this. Share with us a little bit about what that learning is and how are you using those words to help you in your day-to-day today?
One thing I found in working in a company like Creatis, our size, was you are in the business and you have to work on the business. Mm-hmm. And having some of my last jobs on the corporate side, it was more on the long-range planning and things. And
sure.
So it's hard to balance both of those parts. And then you put in my kind of profile where I like to move fast and get things done. And so I was finding that I was in other people's spaces and had really strong people who I wasn't allowing to do what they do best. Mm. So this came up as an idea of now with my leadership team, and I think step one is surround yourself with really good people.
Yes.
Make sure you have a really, really solid leadership team. Yeah. Once you have that in place, now is when they join me, either weekly updates or just when they need something, we start with what do you need from me? Mm. And that is, do you need me to make the decision for you? Do you want me just to listen? Do you just need to vent?
And this is when they're coming to you, or
yeah.
is this just in any situation?
This is, anytime they're posing a situation, because the old scenario was, you give me the problem and I'll solve it.
You'll solve it, yeah.
So now instead is the dialogue around, I want to help it, tell me how I can.
Got it.
Once we have that, I get clarity on what they're seeking from me.
Okay.
We have a discussion. Then I ask, well, what are you thinking about this? Mm-hmm. And then finally, okay, now we're done. Now, what are you going to do?
Okay.
And how can I continue to help?
Yeah, and what have you seen shift since you started doing this in earnest?
The biggest shift we're finding is a lot more clarity on expectations.
Okay, good.
Second thing is a lot less tactical work on my side. Not that I don't want to do it, but it's not me not taking on the situation, which
right.
causes confusion because then am I working on it or are they working on it?
Right.
And certainly a reinforcement of the trust and empowerment of the people who work with me.
Yeah, and the work's being done where the work should be done, right? Where the talent that you've brought in to do it can actually shine.
Yeah.
I think that is it's something I see across our network. Probably more so than I'd love to, but it's a hard thing to let go of. Most individuals. Entrepreneurs, small business owners, even medium-sized business owners, the reason they got into the business is because they had a passion for the work. But they have to learn how to be that owner, right, in the business or the investor or the manager of it at a high level. And I think that's a critical piece of, learning that has to happen. Mm-hmm. And it's amazing once you let it happen. Kind of like a flower, it just blooms.
Well, and also it's the other side.
Provided you have the right people.
And the other side of that is you should delegate but don't abdicate.
Say more about that.
Well, I think it's the idea that as the leader or the partner, my involvement is still helpful because I'm that second set of eyes, so I can't abdicate all responsibility to make sure things are done well, or just having those controls in place and checking it. So that's the other tool I always think about. Just don't walk away just because somebody else is doing the work, and be available to help. Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing, is be clear. I'll do anything that I can help with, but you drive and tell me how I can be most helpful in this process versus taking over and dictating it the way I want it done.
Yeah, that's good clarification. I love that.